Good evening, everyone. Plenty of food, plenty of drinks. We're expecting others to join us, but we're being broadcast live in social media land through Never Again Canada. If anyone has a cell phone here, I'm sure people do, please go to Never Again Canada, share this. Let's reach a wider audience. It's very effective that way. We're going to be talking and discussing recent events that happened and events that are coming up also. And I'm going to be filling you in, and Sandra Solomon is going to be filling you in with other information as well. Let's start first at Nathan Phillips Square. This weekend, on Saturday, there was a free speech rally, and the Antifa gangs, they tried to stop it. They showed up early, and they were not able to stop it. We had proper security there. The police cooperated fully with us, and there were a number of arrests made on the Antifa side. There was one particular character who supports a lot of what we do that got out of hand, but that was handled. It's unfortunate. But what are you going to do? You have some people that try to spoil the party from within. They can't internalize that we're being successful. I emphasized the last time that we got to strengthen each other and be on everyone's side and encouraging our side, and that's what's going on. So again, security was fabulous at the event. I got feedback from everyone, from a lot of people who were there Saturday. There's a lot of video, and our side was very prepared. And the other side, the Antifa, BDS, pro-Sharia side, they were demoralized from events on Saturday, and there's going to be more events coming up. Sandra's going to be filling us in with details. There's a big rally coming up in Ottawa, in fact. So there's a lot of people, a lot of interest being generated for that. Another event that took place yesterday was, and Sandra will fill us in on something very interesting that happened at a flea market in Peel region, where she was actually assaulted, and she'll fill us in. But also yesterday, MK, member of Knesset, Rabbi Yehuda Glick was here in Toronto. He spoke at the largest Orthodox synagogue in the GTA, and he was speaking about our claim to the Temple Mount, to Israel, and the aspirations that we have for the third temple to be rebuilt and what's going on there. And he's a very important figurehead. A couple of years ago, there was an assassination attempt on his life. He was shot at point blank range, 4 bullets, and miraculously he survived. Nobody thought he would survive, but he survived, and now he's a member of Knesset. And articulating exactly what I mentioned about the rights to go up to the Temple Mount and do your basic thing, pray. The Islamic world does not want that. Coming up, there's going to be a vicious pro-Sharia, pro-radical Islam, pro-Iran, pro-Muslim Brotherhood protest outside the Israeli consulate on Saturday at 2 o'clock, 180 Bloor Street West here in Toronto. And we're going to be organizing a counter protest there. We're going to have strong security there. And we put it out on Facebook what our intentions are to be there. Hold Canadian flags, hold signs that have been dominant at these rallies that we've all been having at Nathan Phillips Square against Sharia law, against M103, So I encourage everyone to share the event, and we'll encourage people to come. We'll have a good showing in front of the Israeli consulate. There's more events coming up. There's also another event in Mississauga on Sunday, the 14th. That's being held by supporters of Ika Khalid for what they call the Nakba. They consider the establishment of the State of Israel to be a catastrophe, that it should not exist, and they call it the Nakba Day. The Jewish victory of the war is the Arab or the Islamic catastrophe, they call it. So there's going to be people from Palestine House. There's going to be probably MPs such as Irka Khalid and others that will be at this event in Mississauga, and we're discussing having an opposition to that as well. So we'll get into some questions and answers, but Sandra could fill us in more about what happened on Saturday at Nathan Phillips Square, and she could fill us in also about what took place in Peel region at the flea market when she was assaulted. So we'll get into the discussion. Sandra. Yeah, it's getting out there.
Okay, good evening everyone. Good evening who's watching me. Hey! Hello, shalom, shalom. Okay, what happened yesterday, it was a victory, right? Praise the Lord. Yes, I went to the flea market without really intention to cause any problem or conflict with anyone. And when I saw the curve of ISIS, what's being written on ISIS flag, it caught my attention of a Muslim guy who's selling all like Islamic souvenirs and all that things that they hang it on the walls. I did not have any problem with the rest of it because I've seen it all my life. But for him to be selling a shape of what's being written on ISIS flag, it caught my attention. So I wanted to ask the guy simply, peacefully, what is this and why you are selling this? As a concerned Canadian citizen, I have a concern of this country and the safety of the people. If I saw something related to a terrorist organization, I have to ask the question. And I encourage everyone to do the same, wherever you are. So I was live on Facebook and thousands of people already. We're almost getting to 50,000 people in 2 days. Hallelujah, here you go. And many people are watching the video already. It's been shared everywhere. And I'm so happy that I was there to be able to expose something like this. And as I said, encouraging for everyone not to be afraid. If you saw anything similar to what you saw on the video, even if you don't want to talk to these people, just take a video or take a picture and report them to the police. Like, you don't have to actually talk to them. I talk to them the fact that I know the Arabic, I know the language, I know how to have a dialogue with them, and they cannot say, oh, you don't understand. But the fact that I was speaking with some guys in Arabic, they approached me, they were speaking to me in Arabic, so that's why they got mad. And the guy, the owner or the renter of the vendor, he wanted to actually give me the curve as well. He said, just take it and go. I'm like, what am I gonna do with it? By the time he gave it to me, one Muslim woman, hijabi woman, she took it from my hand and she physically attacked me, and she wanted to take the phone from my hand and she broke the charger. So therefore they took her away from me and they called the security, and from there the police came and they took all the information. The woman who hit me, apparently she ran away, but it's okay, they can find her. They got her on the video, the police watched the video and they saw that I'm the one who was attacked. even though I was talking to them very peacefully and asking the question in a very peaceful way, but yet they gone mad, and because of the conflict of the conversation, they couldn't answer me very well, and they admit that this curve, it's the stamp of Muhammad. I always call him the leader of all terrorists. That's my favorite quotation for him. The founder of Islam. So that's what they carry. And when I asked him, is that what Muhammad used to carry? The guy, he said, yes. This is the flag of Muhammad. That's the stamp of Muhammad, the circle. So here you go. We got the stamp of Muhammad they sell it in the flea market. And I guarantee you this is not the only flea market they sell it. I'm sure 100% that there's many across the country Islamic stores or Islamic vendors in flea markets, or maybe in some bazaars when they do festivals and all that stuff. They bring things and people not really paying attention to it because they're not paying attention to the Islamic symbolical. The symbol is the Muhammad stamp. So that was very educational for many people to know what's the stamp of Muhammad look like. It's there on ISIS flag. And that's what Muhammad used to carry when he used to do his jihad, his attack, his conquest, exactly what ISIS are doing. And as I always say, and I keep saying, that's my challenge to every imam, to every Muslim. Prove me wrong. If ISIS is not Islamic 100%, actually what ISIS is doing, it's not even 10% of what Muhammad did. Muhammad, he used to do ghazwa or attack or conquest almost every month. City after another, tribe after another, until they got the conquest all over to Europe, and one caliphate after another. And that's why what's happening now with ISIS and all these terrorist organizations, they want to bring back the flag of Islam, the flag of Muhammad. It has the stamp of Muhammad to bring back the caliphate, to bring back the Islamic empire. At the end of the day, Islam do not believe in border. Forget it. They don't believe in border. What's the border? It's the world. They want to bring the Islamic empire. It's not about Israel or Palestine or even Saudi Arabia or even Lebanon or Jordan or Egypt. Forget that. They don't believe in borders. They want the whole caliphate. So what we're facing here, the lie that coming from many Palestinians who claim that Israel or the Jews occupied the so-called Arabic Muslims land, it's totally the opposite. As a Palestinian myself, and I find out the truth about it, when we study the true history, when we find out the truth that the Jews never occupied nobody's land, and they will never do that, because it's not part of the Judeo belief that to go and conquest and kill for the sake of Yahweh. So that's one thing. Another thing, what's coming soon, the 13th and the 14th, the Palestinians trying to again deceive the West, to lie to the West using taqiyya, the Islamic lie, which is allowed, it's halal, it's permissible for every Muslim to lie to the infidel until they got what they want. We witnessed ourselves, I witnessed myself, we lived in it. We saw the media, we saw the Palestinians, how they teach the kids. I've been taught myself, it's hatred toward the Jews no matter what, has nothing to do with the land. And at the end of the day, they want to wipe off Israel from the map. They want to kill every Jew until the rock will cry out, there is a Jew behind me, come kill him. So the hatred, it's rooted in the Quran, in the Hadith, and I encourage everyone to join us on the 13th and the 14th to stand for against these rallies, to expose them. We're gonna go there, we're gonna bring the signs, we're gonna expose the Imam quotation, what they are teaching in the mosque toward hatred toward the Jews and toward the infidels in general. So that's what we're going to be doing. And I encourage everyone to join us and come and stand for the truth no matter what. And the rally that will happen Saturday, May 6th, a really special thanks to the JDL. Special thanks to the Soldier of Odin. They were amazing, amazing, amazing. All of them. The security was very, very good. And last but not the least, as always, the Toronto police. They did really good job. Secure us from the beginning to the end. And whatever incident that happened has nothing to do. It will not stop us. We will gonna be continuing and coming soon. My tour across the country. And a special thanks for Never Again Canada as well for their support and their help for us to have more exposure to many people and for their support as well for my tour and my tour to Israel as well. So I encourage everyone to visit my website www.voiceofsandrasolomon.com, and there's as well GoFundMe. It's been set up for my tour. Help the cause. I'm going soon. We're gonna be doing rallies, one after another, and for one purpose, for one goal, to protect Canada from radicalism, from Islamism, from the spread of terrorism that's happening in this country, and people sleeping about it. But if they're asleep, we are awake, and we will not gonna be quiet about it. And there's a people working hard in this country to protect the people, no matter what. We don't look at either white or brown or black or whatever, any other color or any other from all nations. This country, one law for everyone, and no one can be above this law, and no one will not gonna allow any infringe laws coming from the 7th century ideology that's gonna destroy our civilized country, our beautiful country. We're living together peacefully, and what's so-called the propaganda now is going on all over the media, from the fake media, from the lefties, from the liberals, from the Antifa, from all these people who's trying to bring this unjust propaganda, unfair, or the lie that Canada, it's been there's so many like systemic racism, or the white supremacists, or the Zionists, or all of a sudden we are vampires walking on the street. We want to just eat people and drink their blood or something like that. So that's not true. We all loving this country. We're all standing for this country. We're all standing for the future, for our kids, regardless. And Canada, it's not a racist country. There is no systemic racism. They are the racists. They're trying to bring, it's a psychological, they think, we're gonna buy this lie, but we're not gonna buy it. Antifa, they come to the rallies masked, and actually in this rally, there was someone wearing a mask, the anonymous mask, and he was ripping the Bible. I video that. He was ripping the Bible like crazy, like with anger, and he's wearing that mask. If someone do the same thing for the Quran, what's gonna happen? We got many people, being harmed just because the guy who ripped the Quran, they make a big fuss about it. The guy who stepped on the pages, not like on purpose, he got banned from the school board. He got banned from the school. He got so much problem with the government. What about these people ripping the Bibles? Ripping the Bibles. And no one say anything. It's not about that. We're not gonna accommodate certain group, and we have tons of a group and tons of people from different faiths, from different culture, from different belief, whatever it is. Canada is a secular country, and it has to remain. I lived under 100% Sharia law. We will always stand against Motion M103. Not too long ago, the Marshal Khan, I protested his murder at the front of the Pakistani consulate. He was murdered just because he questioned Islam. Just because, that's it, blasphemer. He considered blasphemer. But guess what? I am proud blasphemer. And if it's gonna take Whatever it takes me to expose it, I will expose it. And that's why I'm taking it so serious. I'm taking it with lots of passion, because I know how dangerous it is. It's a matter of life or death. It's not just about just anti-Semitism or white supremacy or feminist right or whatever women rights. It's about all of it. It's about Western civilization. It's gonna be destroyed. That's it. We're not gonna be able to talk. We're not gonna be able to question. If that whatever happened, whatever I did at the flea market yesterday, if I was in the Middle East, do you think I would have been gone alive? They would beheaded me on the spot, like what happened to Marshall Khan in university. That's Sharia law. If I question something, you cannot open your mouth. You're gonna be quilled. That's the quilling. Many girls are running away from Saudi Arabia. Many girls, if they run away now, the law in Saudi Arabia, and talking about Saudi Arabia, I'm gonna be going at the 17th and the 18th. We're gonna hold a protest at the 17th of May at the front of the Saudi embassy in Ottawa to oppose the UN decision when they decide that Saudi Arabia is gonna be to speak for a woman commission. That's not right. This is bizarre. This is crazy. How many girls escaping Saudi Arabia? Not too long ago, the girl, her name is Dina Ali. She wanted to seek asylum in Australia. They got her back from the Philippine airport. The girl now, she's in jail. In Saudi Arabia, the law, according to Sharia, now the girls, if they run away, it's considered a crime. They either got the girl, they put them in jail. They put them in jail or they kill them. Even when they stay in jail, they stay in jail for, most of the cases, they stay in jail for the rest of their life until they die. And most of these girls are young at age of 17 and 19 and 20. Young girls, seeking help, coming, going. That's what happened to me. I escaped Saudi Arabia. I escaped Sharia law. I escaped this savage, barbaric 7th century ideology. We don't want it in Canada. And we will work together, and no matter what. You want to call us a Zionist, you're more than welcome. You want to call me whatever you want to call me, white supremacist, even though I'm not white, more than welcome, no worries. I wish I have a green eyes, man, like seriously. Too bad. Anyway, I'm not I'll color my hair blonde and wear green at the same time. Yeah, it's time to change my look to really be a white supremacist anyway. So, guys, the time is running fast. Time is running fast. What's going on in Europe? It's coming to Canada. Motion M103, it's got to be trashed. Trudeau must go. Trudeau must go. And don't forget, June 3rd in Ottawa, the march, we need as many people as possible to go there and speak your mind. It's time to break every barrier. First of all, break the fear in yourself, in your heart. Don't be afraid. Nothing to be afraid of. Be wise, yes, but don't be afraid. Don't go alone. You got your phone, you got your camera. If you're going anywhere, get your phone ready, get your camera ready, record everything and anything. Everything is like, it could be an evidence for anyone, like what happened to me yesterday. If I was not recorded, they could have lied anything, could have said anything. And I don't have the evidence to prove it, right? That's why the woman got crazy and she wanted to grab the phone from my hand. She broke the charger. Anyway, I'm still crying off the charger even though they give me another one. But it doesn't matter. I just have to break something. But thanks God, we are still I'm like still united. I want to thank Never Again. I want to thank JDL. Thank you so much for all what you're doing. Don't forget, guys, the 13th and the 14th, we need to stand for Israel. We need to stand for the right. The Jews are the most persecuted people on earth. Even though I'm a Christian, but I have to say it, and that's the truth. They are persecuted more than the Christians, more than anyone. And shame on any Christian, and shame on anyone who's not going to stand for these people, and shame on anyone who's not going to stand for Israel, because again, like what Bibi Netanyahu, he said, Israel cannot occupy Israel. This is their land, this is their home, and they have the right to live in peace where they belong. This is their home. And the occupation, the Islamic occupation that came over and took over the land, we're not going to let it happen again. We learned a lesson from Holocaust and Islamic Holocaust. That's my warning. The real Holocaust. What Hitler did, it's nothing. It's nothing comparing what will come when if the Muslim and do their invasion and they start attacking Israel. They will eat them alive. That's how much they hate the Jews. And I stand for the truth, and I stand for what I say. And don't forget the 13th, the 14th, and stand for the truth. Stand with the people who's really persecuted with the real victims. And we're not going to buy what the fake media are saying. We're not going to buy what the lefties are saying. We're not going to buy what the liberals are doing. Forget about it. Trudeau got to go, on M103 it will be trashed. If you have anything else to say, Meir, I'm done my part. Thank you.
Okay, well, it's anyone have any questions for myself or Sandra? We'll discuss things. Anyone? Very easy. Go ahead.
So Sandra, that stamp of Muhammad that you were talking about, is that something that you don't normally see? Or is it available everywhere in the Islamic world?
Yes, it is available, but now they bring it like together the caliphate. It was here and there, but it was not used like by this majority of a group, like they got together. Muhammad, they used to use it with they go for jihad, conquest, ghazwa.
So they're sending out a specific message if they're selling that.
Exactly.
Okay.
So the guy who's selling it, how do I know if he does not support, or they just selling it for the sake of the stamp? Do I read their mind? I don't know. I don't know if he's selling all the, because the whole booth or the vendor, it was all Islamic souvenirs and all that stuff. So it got my attention. So I wanted to make sure like these people are there for just selling, not actually supporting ISIS, or maybe they sell these things and the money goes to financial support, because it's another form of jihad.
Okay.
With money.
But just the fact that they didn't want to really talk to you and they were disturbed by the whole thing kind of gives it away, no?
Not only that, the guy he was like avoiding me, and and he gave it to me, and they start to hide it. Like the women, they hide it. Okay. If you are sure about yourself, you're not afraid. You're just selling it for the sake of Muhammad or something. You would have stand firm and tell me, listen, I sell it, blah blah blah, whatever. And they were panicking, and they were like. I'm trying to get one simple answer, very peaceful way, and they're the one who start getting angry and telling me, leave us alone. What did I say? I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. So yeah, it's a stamp of Muhammad, and this message that Muhammad, like whatever Muhammad started, ISIS is going with the same direction, the same road, because they want to bring back the caliphate. That's the flag of Muhammad. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, any questions about on Saturday or Sunday? Anyone have a question? Comment about what just took place this weekend? Or Barry, you got a comment about?
Was anybody hurt from our side, any of our people?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Not the feedback guy.
Everyone was very, very safe. No injuries.
No injuries on our side.
No arrests on our side.
Thank
But
God.
there were a couple scuffles.
Yeah.
Amongst their own.
Right. At the end.
The guy got into one with one of our own ex-members. But just look at John.
Right.
He wouldn't listen. Like when the police are barking orders for us to stand down and move away so they can sit up in barricades.
Right.
It's for public safety. That's what they care about. But some of our younger members, they're a little bit. They were asking for an explanation from the sergeant as like, why did you want us to move away? Not the time, not
Right, exactly,
They're
exactly.
not there to.
Well, there's a chain of command anyways to ask. And you ask who's running security,
Of course.
who are the go-between to the police,
But some of these individuals, they wouldn't listen.
right? Unfortunately, well, that has to be
Well,
tightened
we
up.
can't control it.
Right.
And for the 13th, will you be posting something so that we can share it and get our various groups?
Yeah, we posted that already, so, we'll push it more.
Can you
We'll
do
push it more.
another one?
We'll-
Because I don't think I saw it.
Okay,
so that
we'll
we
do
can
that,
get
and
it.
we'll send out an email blast as well.
And
Yes.
are you, did you also ask Soldiers of Odin to come down as well?
Zaz has been in touch with them, and
Fantastic, so
yeah.
that this way we
Right.
can spread this and.
exactly.
Just for safety, because what we usually get whenever we do a pro-rally,
Yep.
pro-freedom,
Mhm.
pro-anything,
Yep.
we always get the riffraff and the real racists of
Yep.
Toronto flooding our streets.
Exactly, yeah.
So just want to
we'll-
make sure.
Absolutely, that's being handled.
Thank you.
And, and we'll be doing an email blast and more exposure on Facebook as well.
Perfect, thank you.
Absolutely, very good. Okay, well,
The
there's more
address
food.
again, just to repeat the address,
Go
is
ahead.
180 Bloor Street West.
180 Bloor Street West.
And the time it's between 2 and 4, but
2
it's
and
better
4.
to come a bit
So
earlier to
come
get,
about 1 o'clock.
yeah,
An hour before, and we'll set up,
yeah.
and everything will be good. Everybody
I'll
will be safe.
contact the police as well.
The 13th of May, or the day?
Yes.
Yeah, that's this
This coming Saturday.
Saturday. I'm staying downtown. It's Shabbat, so I'm going to be staying in a hotel downtown.
So we should go to
Ooh.
your room then?
Oh, that's nice. We're getting the room. It's a Shabbat.
Just making a suggestion.
I'll have some cold drinks. Believe me. No problem.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just
so
in case.
No Shabbos meal?
I'll have Shabbos meals
Okay,
there.
I'm kidding.
Yes,
You don't want
definitely.
any
Yeah,
Make
it'd be
sure you
great.
get a suite, not a room.
Good idea.
Yes.
Good idea. Okay, so there's plenty of food here still. Everybody grab, have a drink, have a hot drink, cold drink, no problem. And thanks for coming out. Looks like people are kind of,
Thank you.
there's been a lot of activity we've had with
Of
the
course.
protests and events and everything. So not everyone is here tonight. That Ronnie Cameron, he's not here tonight. I thought for sure he's going to be here. We talked this morning, but there's a lot of things going on. So there's a lot of reasons why nobody can make everything like a meeting, but they're there for the rallies. They're there for the important things, and everything will be taken care of, and everybody will be safe at the rally.
Yes, amen.
So thank you for coming.
Yay.
And lots of food. Go ahead. Thank you.